What is good? And we are live. Pick six for the 49ers and the Rams, man. We have a Thursday night matchup. Two teams that are still trying to, you know, keep themselves in the playoff picture. A loss here for either team. A loss here for either team really hurts their chances, especially the Niners. I'm not even sure if they could win the division if they lose today. Looks like there's some rain going on a little bit over there. Not too much, but looks like there's a little bit of raindrops going on. Uh, it should be a pretty good game, man. Over there in Santa Clara. Last time they faced off, it was a really good game as well, and the Rams were able to get that in overtime. This time, though, you know, things could be a little bit different. It's a little bit of a different environment compared SoFi compared to Santa Clara. Although I mean, I guess it's still a home game for the Niners, no matter what. But the Niners are sitting last in their division right now with a 6-7 record, 1-3 divisional record. So I mean, that is not good at all. Kickoff is underway, and they are away in Santa Clara, and it's gonna be a touchback in the end zone from Deebo Samuel to start off the game. And the Niners will be taking the ball first. Brock Purdy and the Niners offense. Let me try to get this scoreboard up. Okay. All right, let's see if it updates. Come on. All right, that should be good. All right, so Purdy in shotgun on the first play, two receiver set. Purdy fakes the handoff, throws it, slant route to Samuel, who gets it incomplete. Witherspoon was on the coverage right there. It was tight coverage. He was going to have to make a pretty good throw. It was catchable, but Samuel just couldn't hang on to it. Deebo Samuel now wearing number 1. I know he's been doing that. This is his first season as number 1. Wonder why he decided to change it. Niners then shotgun once again. Samuel in motion. It's a handoff play. He tries to get it to the outside, and he gets about a yard. Man, I have to figure out the running back's name because they're on their third string running back. Jordan Mason got hurt. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey got hurt. Their running back room is very, very injured right now for the Niners. So they might need to rely on Brock Purdy, which, Brock Purdy's been doing pretty good this season so far. But 3rd and 9 for the Niners. They have two receivers set on each side. Purdy gets the snap. Rams bring some pressure. He's able to get it deep downfield for Kittle. Incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. So we got to check the marker. To see what it's on. It's holding on the offense, so that's going to be a 3 and out for the Niners on this first drive. I didn't hate that play call, but I mean, you're at a point where you're going to have to rely on Purdy. You're going to have to, because I don't know if the run game is going to be working for the Niners. It just doesn't seem like it. With your third string running back. Here we go. We got the punt. Shorter punt. And he calls fair catch about the 29. So the Rams get it at their own 29. And out comes Matt Stafford and the Rams offense. Where's my remote? So he's over 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the season. Rams have really turned around their season after starting 1-4. They're 6-2 since that start. Cooper Kupp in motion. It's a handoff play. And that's a solid gain. Medium gain for Williams right there. But I mean, it seemed like the Rams were even close to kind of going away with the season, potentially trading away Cooper Cup. I mean, that was a big rumor, but they've just stayed resilient so far. Nakua in motion. He's now set. It's another handoff play, and he kind of trips up a little bit, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. There is a flag on the play. Looks like it might be on the Rams. Okay, so is this thing gonna update or what? There you go. Okay, so it was another holding call. So that's going to push the Niners back a little bit more. I'm sorry, the Rams. So 2nd and 14 for the Rams. Stafford and shotgun. He's running back to his right. You got Cooper Kupp in motion. He's now set to the right. Stafford gets the snap. Throws it to Kupp's way. Incomplete. Incomplete. That was good coverage right there by Lenore. I mean, he tried to get it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the kind of route that was, but he was just kind of standing there for a while. I mean, he had a guy on him. I think he was just trying to get rid of the ball. All right. Stafford all alone in the backfield this time in shotgun. Play clock running down. He gets it off in time. Now he's bringing 4-man rush. Throws it incomplete in the middle of the field. He's trying to get Cooper Kupp once again. And the Rams start with a 3-and-out to start the game. There was really no opening right there for Stafford. Tried to find something over. That could have been intercepted by Lenore. It went right through his hands. Punt is off, and that one is a booming punt. Takes a nice hop. He gets it at around the 19 and then gets tripped up at about the 27, maybe 26-yard line. So far we've been trading punts, trading 3-and-outs. So both offenses not really looking too great. But out comes Brock Purdy once again. We got some big games this week, man. Some really big games. I'll do kind of like a rundown at a halftime with my predictions for the games. I kind of do that. I did that last Thursday. I'm going to do that for every Thursday game that I do. I know the Steelers do play on a Saturday next week, right? Yeah, Saturday next week. So I got to figure out what game to call or what game to do on Sunday. Because I'll definitely go live for the Steelers game on Saturday, and then Sunday is kind of an open slate. I'm not really sure what games are going on then. We'll see. I mean, I guess the best game, right? Let me check out the scenarios on how the Niners can make the playoffs. Okay, let's see here. Because I'm pretty sure if they lose tonight, with the division record that they have, I know that they're slim very much. Wait, what was that? Okay. Maybe I should just look for it on ESPN. Let's see. I don't know how to do that. I know the Steelers could clinch a playoff spot on Sunday if they win. But, I mean, the Niners could really use this win a lot more because, I mean, the record in the. I mean, you're 1-3. You're 1-3 in your own division. And for a team that's owned that division seemingly for the past 5, 6 seasons, maybe even 7, to have a 1-3 record, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, there's a little bit precipitation over there. Seems like Brock Purdy gets a snap on the first play, throws it downfield for Kittle up the middle, and Kittle's gets down about the 41. Big play for George Kittle right there. And see, you got to rely on your targets. I mean, you're going to have Purdy pass the ball. You're a very different team right now. And that was a nice play. That was the first down of the game. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Niners. It's another handoff play, and he trips up at the line of scrimmage, and he's down. I mean, he was really only touched at when he fell. See what Kyle Shanahan has cooking tonight, man, because this is a lot of controversy with Shanahan nowadays, especially this season. Jennings moves to the left side on 2nd and 9. Play clock running down a little bit. Then you get a snap off. They do. It's another handoff once again. That time it's a little bit more successful. Forgetting about 3. But it is interesting to see how they're going to run the offense tonight. Okay, Garendo. Man, I mean, this team's just been plagued with injuries so far this year. But I still think they have a good team. It's a handoff to Deebo Samuel on 3rd and 6. I do not like that play call whatsoever. They got about a yard, maybe 2. You're in shotgun formation on 3rd and 6 and hand it off to your wide receiver. That was not a good play. So they call it a gain of 2. I don't think that's good enough for field goal range. Okay, no, it is. So out trots Jake Moody from 53. He's had a kind of an up and down season here. Let's see what he does. Snap good. Kick is on its way and good. From 53. Jake Moody right there. Who missed a couple field goals right in the game in the week 2 matchup against the Rams. No, he was able to make that one. I know he's had a very up and down year, really career. I mean, last year he missed some crucial field goals as well. So I mean, maybe things start turning around for him. I'm trying to figure out these playoff scenarios. It's just not giving me exactly what I want. Okay. That looks legit. Let's see. Maybe not. Yeah. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure even though if they win out, they're still gonna need some help from other teams in their division at least. Because the Seahawks have a 2-game lead over them. Luckily, Seattle plays a good team in the Packers, so It's going to be a tough one for Seattle. You know, while I'm on it, let me just look up the rest of their schedule. Since I can't seem to find their playoff chances or scenarios here. Let's look at the rest of their schedule. All right, so it's gonna be tough, man. I don't know. So they have, after this game, which is not an easy game either, they're gonna have the Dolphins in Miami. They're gonna have the Lions in Santa Clara on New Year's Eve, and then they have the Cardinals for their last game. So I mean, if they have any chance, it's probably going to be through the wild card. Not really sure how the wild card's looking right now. But the division, I mean, that's going to be tough. Moody on the kickoff. This one is returnable from the 5. Going to take it up to 25, past the 30, and he's down about the 34. You know, I saw highlights of a Thursday nighter a few years ago. I forgot what year it was, but both teams were wearing color rush jerseys. The Rams and the Niners. Man, those jerseys were nice. The Rams had their all yellow or all gold, whatever they call them, and the Niners had their all black uniforms. They were really nice. Stafford steps back, pass it, Puka Nacua for a nice grab. For getting about 7 right there. I mean, Puka Nacua, one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league right now. And he kind of bobbled a little bit. He caught it on Ward's helmet. So he lost possession for a little bit because Ward was right there. And then he regained possession on Ward's helmet. It's a handoff play, and it's a loss of about a yard. Williams just could not get anywhere on that one. Or Corum. So that's going to set up 3rd and 4 for the Rams right now. Let's see what McVay has in that play sheet. Is McVay still looked at as one of the smartest head coaches in the league? Rams have a 4 receiver set, 3 on one side. Now just brings some pressure. Stafford throws it up the middle, almost intercepted. Probably should have been intercepted, but instead it's incomplete, and that leads to 4th down. I mean, the play was read perfectly. Timed it perfectly, and everything just could not hang on to the ball. Stafford got lucky there. Stafford got very lucky. All right, the punt is off, and it's another good one. He gets it at the 9, turns it up to the 19, so that's a 10-yard return right there. What game is it? I think it's NFL Blitz, where the commentator, it's like if you drop an interception or something, and they say, well, that's why they're on defense, because they can't catch the ball or something like that. I forgot what the commentator says in that game. Was that NFL Blitz? I think it was. It's like the newer version though, not the OG. All right, Purdy and shotgun. Deebo Samuel as a running back. It's another handoff to Samuel, and Samuel runs into a wall. He's lucky if he got back to the line. So are they going to use Samuel as a running back here from time to time as well? I know they've done it before. Christian McCaffrey in the building in a cast. Sitting way up top. All right, wow, they call it a gain of 1. I didn't even think he got anything. 2nd and 9. Purdy has it. Throws it, check down to Samuel, who gets a couple on the play. So that's going to lead to 3rd and medium. But I wish they would have brought back those, both teams would have brought back those uniforms just for this game because, hey man, those color rush themes were very underrated. Very underrated. You know, not every team had a good looking color rush jersey. You know, the Jaguars definitely didn't. Purdy has it in shotgun. Throws it middle of the field for Kittle once again, who gets it incomplete. Curl was on the coverage and batted it down. I mean, Kittle was covered well, man. There was contact. I don't think that was enough for a flag. So we got another punt. Both teams have had multiple drives. The punt's off. And this one is a very, very short one, but it takes a nice bounce. Still rolling. And that actually turned out to be a pretty solid punt. It's down at the 20. So it landed pretty short, but it rolled a long ways. Both these teams, though, they've had it multiple possessions, and we're still only halfway into the first quarter. I mean, very, very short possessions from each team. Most of them being 3 and outs, other than that field goal, which was really only let off of one big play. So both offenses are struggling as of right now. I'm not sure if the rain's going to pick up over there. Let's see. Okay, so the rain is supposed to pick up over there at around 6 o'clock. It's a 90% chance of rain. And then at 7, it should be 40% chance. It's 52 out there, man. So rain should be picking up over there. And I don't know. Once that rain picks up, that might favor the Rams. I'm not too sure. Because I'm not sold on the Niners running game right now. Not one bit. I'm still trying to figure this out, man, because I'm interested to know their chances at the playoffs. Well, that didn't go through. Anyways, 1st and 10 for the Rams. Running back in motion. Puka Nacua going right. Stafford fakes the handoff. Has plenty of time. Rolls a little bit. It's a check down to his running back for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. I mean, he did have time in the pocket. Second and 6. Williams on the backfield. They give it out to Williams, who gets it outside a little bit. Forget about 4. Nice tackle by the Niners defender right there. And we got a third down with 3 to gain. Man, I remember when the Niners defense was looked at as the best in the league. Seems like that has really changed this season. Niners are showing like they're going to bring some pressure. Let's see if they do. Warner drops back a little bit, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp once again. And he kind of overthrew it there. So, man, it's another 3 and out for the Rams. And it's going to be that matchup, Ward versus Kupp. So we're getting another punt here from Evans. That's another banging punt. He takes it inside his 20, and he barely gets past the 20 at the 22. So not a big return right there. They're showing all the injuries. I mean, a lot of people are calling this a Super Bowl hangover. I would agree. I would. It just seems like everything that could have gone wrong for the Niners has pretty much happened. Almost everything. If there's one bright thing about this season, I'd say is that who your franchise quarterback is. I think Brock Purdy has earned the right to get paid. I do. Purdy drops back, throws it down the sideline, complete to Jennings for the first down. So that was a nice gain right there. But, I mean, with the way Purdy's been playing, he's been playing his heart out. I mean, there's not really much more you can ask from him. Has he been perfect? No, he hasn't been. But if there's one bright spot in his team, it's been Purdy. Purdy drops back once again. Jump pass for a gain of about 5. I'm still trying to learn the guy's name. I'm sorry. Guerrero. Okay, Guerrero. All right, Guerrero in the backfield once again. He gets some blocks up front and he spins and gets the first down. Nice run from Guerrero right there. Maybe if I just say it more, it's a bit of a catchy last name. I'm going to be real with you. Man, he just bounced off of a tackle. That's really what it was right there. So we have the same score compared to the amount of first downs, if that made sense. It's another handoff to Guerrero, who gets about 4. So the score is 3-0, and the first down score is also 3-0. Niners in the lead of both of them. Rams having what, 3 drives or something like that? I already forgot. I mean, It's been just trading punts. I believe it's 3. Haven't gotten a first down. Niners at midfield now. Kittle in motion. Purdy fakes the handoff, throws it incomplete for Jennings. He slightly overthrew that a little too much to the right. By the way, is Jennings their best receiver on the team? Because I get you have Debo, I get you have Ayuk. I'm talking about when they're all healthy, of course. But even last season, Jennings was making some plays. Purdy on 3rd and 6 gets the snap, has to scramble a little, but gets pressured and gets sacked. Just couldn't get rid of it. That was Turner on the sack. Now it looks like the rain's coming down a little bit more. Man, he even jumped a little bit. Yeah, rain is starting to come down over there a little bit more. And it should be the further we get into this game. Oh, punt almost blocked. Not a bad punt. It was called fair catch at about the 19 or 15 by Smith. But so far, it's been a bit of a defensive game. Okay. Let me see the NFC. See the NFC playoff picture. Maybe that would give me a little bit more of an idea of what needs to happen here. Yeesh. Yeah, it's Niners playoff chances are close to 0 here. So they're ranked 11 in the NFC. Rams are just outside with the 8th rank. And then the team in front of the Rams is Washington at 8-5, Rams 7-6. Rams have been moving up the charts a little bit. All right. Yeah, the Buccaneers, who are in first place in the NFC South at 7-6. I believe they just got the lead over there. But see, it's tricky when you have 2 teams that have really good records in the wild card. Okay, you have Minnesota as the 5th seed, 11-2. Then you have the Packers at the 6th seed, 9-4. So it's when things are like that, it's gonna be very hard to get into the playoffs, man. When you have just one division that's just superior, which that's just the case in the NFC right now, yeah, it's almost impossible to make the playoffs. Oh yeah, it's starting to pour. All right, first down for the Rams. Still searching for their first down of the game. It's a pitch play to, and he ends about 4. I'm sure it's been a minute since the last time the Rams beat the Niners over there. It seems like it's been some time. Warner walking off the field. Hopefully, it's not something serious because that's probably the best player on defense right there. Oh, he got hurt trying to make the tackle. Oh, looked like he got kicked on his leg or something weird. Anyway, 2nd and 7, play action. Stafford has plenty of time. Throws it. Deflected, incomplete. That should have been caught by his running back. Oh, that was a scary moment for the Rams right there. And the Rams have made mistakes on offense. That was one of them. Maybe he just wasn't ready for the bullet. I don't know. Now they're out there wearing ponchos and everything. 3rd and 7. Warner back in. Stafford in shotgun. You have 3 receivers on the right. Niners bring some pressure. Stafford able to get it off. Incomplete. Okay, see now I think both teams are going to have to rely on the running game because you're not going to be able to pass it efficiently with this type of rain. Not like that. What's up, Hectic? But yeah, no. Not with this kind of rain. All right, the punt's off. I mean, it's another really good punt. He takes it from the 14 past the 20, past the 25, and he's done about the 30. I mean, man, that punter's been booting him. And he's been their most efficient player so far. So let's see how the Niners kind of adjust to this weather. They should be used to it. It does rain a lot up north, so. I don't know why it's been pretty damn cold over here for California weather. In the mornings it's been pretty cold. All right, Purdy and shotgun. Gets snap, drops back, throws check down. Forgetting about a yard. Little check down to Garendo. McVay had a wipe off his tablet. Surprised he's not wearing a beanie or anything, man. All right, so 2nd and 9. Purdy gets it. It's a screen pass to Debo, who picks up a few yards. So it should be about 3rd and 4. Let's see if they run a play before the end of the first quarter. I don't think they are. Or 3rd and 6. Man, that is that is something. That rain is something else. Yeah, I think we're looking at whoever wins this game is going to be the team that gets their run game going first. Whoever could get the run game going first. That's the only way you're going to win here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this playoff predictor thing right now to see how the Rams could get in and how the Niners could get in. I mean, it's gonna be tough for either or. Okay, so for the Rams' sake, they're obviously gonna have to win this game. Uh, I'm just gonna go by favorites here. So Washington's definitely gonna beat the Saints, I believe. And then week 16, you got the Rams going up against the Jets. The Rams should win that one. We'll go Eagles over Commanders right there, week 16. Okay, then we got the Rams at the Cardinals at Rams. Let's go Rams right there. Then that puts Seattle in. That's if they go perfect. But let's go back a little bit. Let's have Seattle lose to Minnesota, week 16. So it's still Washington in that 7th spot, even though they've lost a game. Falcons just Washington. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, I'm just going by favorites here for the most part. So I mean, upsets do happen. So the Commanders are gonna have to lose twice? Even if the Rams win out? Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I think that's just for a 7th seed though. Oh no, I'm tripping. No, they would get the 3rd seed if they go 11-6. I was so focused on the 7th seed right there. That's if they win out though. Which how likely is that? For the Rams, I don't think it's that crazy to say. 3rd and 4 for the Niners. Purdy gets it. There's a flag thrown. Play is blown dead. It's false start on Debo. So now instead of 3rd and 4, it's going to be 3rd and 9. Looks like they're playing man zone on defense. Purdy runs out of time, throws it complete to Jennings, and he gets past the 50 for the first down. But there's another flag. Might have been holding. I mean, at this point, just for the sake of teams moving down the field, I'm hoping that this first down stands. Oh, totally on defense on Witherspoon. So it was holding on Witherspoon, but Jennings was still able to get the catch afterwards. So funny how that turned out. Second and 10 from the 49. Garendo in the backfield. They give it to Garendo, who gets stopped at the line. And man, he tried to fight for it. Just couldn't get anywhere, though. I mean, it was 2 Rams on him. All right, so Purdy has 2 running backs, one on each side. Purdy has it. He's going to throw it deep for Kittle, and Kittle could not get it. Looks like it was slightly underthrown. But I mean, in these wet conditions, it's going to be hard throwing the ball like that. It's going to be hard slinging it like that. I mean, it did look kind of awkward when he got it out of his hands. Yeah, that kind of stuff isn't going to work. Niners 1 for 5 on first downs. Purdy has it. Avoids the sack and gets it out to Jennings in the middle. Incomplete. No, he caught it. He caught it. No, they called it incomplete. Oh, I thought he got it. Incomplete. So he couldn't hang on to it. Jennings was open, man. Purdy was able to avoid that pressure that he was getting. So we get another punt. It's off. Fair catch called. But it is bounced to about the 2, maybe 1. So the Rams are going to get it in pretty bad field position for a very struggling offense. So it's not what you want. All right, we got 13:37 left in the second quarter. Honestly, it's been a very uneventful game so far. Rams have 23 yards so far on offense. It's a handoff play, and he gets about 2 with forward progress for Williams right there. Remember, this Rams team was just in a shootout last week. So did they put up too many points last week against Buffalo? But I mean, they didn't really have a choice. So seemingly they're in 2 completely different type of games. Rams feed it to Williams. Once again, he's able to spin off of a tackle, and that's the first down for the Rams. Williams with a nice run right there. Stafford in shotgun. It's a toss to Williams, and Williams is stopped 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I never liked those plays where you're in shotgun and then you still pitch it backwards a little bit, like a yard backwards. I was never a fan of those type of plays. I remember Todd Haley, former Steelers OC, would kind of call that stuff. And he would do that like on 4th and 1. Crazy stuff like that. So 2nd and 12 for the Rams. They give it to Williams once again. Williams able to get about 2 on the play. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Rams. The Niner faithful on their feet for this 3rd down. LA 0 for 4 on 3rd. Stafford gets it. Niners bring a 4-man rush. Stafford scrambles, and he gets the 1st down. He does take a hit. I guess he didn't really have time to slide. I guess. Yeah, maybe he didn't think he was past the marker. All right, Matt. Showing off that mobility. Stafford throws it, quick pass to Nakua, who's able to fight for a good chunk of yards right there. Let's get him about 8. I mean, I think that's just one of those plays where you just want to feed the ball to one of your best weapons on offense. Even though it's not a big chunk play, just to give them the ball, just to kind of warm them up a little bit. 2nd and 2 for the Rams here. The handoff, Williams able to get past one tackle and able to get the first down. Not a big game, but good enough for the first. And the Rams are finally starting to get something on offense here. I wonder how many Ram fans made the trip up to Santa Clara. From the looks of it, not many. Stafford drops back, has time, throws it down the field, and it's incomplete. He overthrew his man Nakua. I mean, it is hard to tell because most of the fans are wearing ponchos right now, so it's just a little bit harder to tell. But I'd assume not that many. Stafford 2 for 9 with 11 yards passing in this game. It's a delay handoff this time for a gain of a couple. I mean, the Rams have been doing what I expected them to do. Just run the ball. And now it seems like they're starting to establish it, and now it seems like they're starting to get just a little bit more successful. They're starting to push it a little bit. They're able to get a couple first downs in this drive so far, even though they're still on their own side. 3rd and 5 here. Nakua moves to the left. Stafford has it. Kind of does a little pump fake. Shovel pass, incomplete. Looking for a side end. Niners fall on it, but it was incomplete. I know the NFL is big on the Guardian caps thing, but I've really only seen a few players wear it. I mean, like a very few handful. It's another good punt. That's going to be down at the 10. But I mean, I haven't really seen many players implement it. All right, so with that commercial break, let's see the Niners' chances here. All right. Now I gotta have to redo all this. I don't know how to do it. No, that's not what I want to do. Or maybe if I just refresh it, that should be fine. Okay, there we go. All right. So let's see the Niners' path to the playoffs. I'm sure it's going to be a lot more complicated. So Niners win tonight. They're gonna have to. Um, okay, we'll go favorites first, and then we'll have to go to what else happens. All right. I think the Chargers would be favored against Tampa Bay, right? And then, yeah, Cardinals are probably gonna beat the Patriots. I think that's really all that matters there for that one. All right, then week 16. Rams are definitely favored against the Jets. Cardinals are definitely favored against the Panthers. Although I do think the Panthers could beat the Cardinals in week 16. Oh, Tampa Bay probably favored against the Cowboys. Where is. Okay, see, Niners and Dolphins is a bit of a toss-up game. But you know what? We'll give it to the Niners just for this sake, for the topic. All right. Lions versus Niners. Okay, I just said we're going favorites here, so let's just continue with that for now. Okay, we'll go Rams in that one. Then we'll go. Yeah, I think that's really all that matters. Okay, so. Oh, shoot, I forgot Washington. Yeah, hey, man, it was going to take a lot for this to happen. You know, I guess I could do that at halftime. I guess I could figure that out, mess with that at halftime. All right, first attempt from the 10. Purdy gets the snap. Throws it out to Jennings. Jennings cannot hang on to that ball. He kind of turned before he caught it. Maybe that's what distracted him right there. You know, we see running backs do that all the time. Not necessarily receivers. What kind of game would you guys rather go to? A game where it's pouring or just like a super cold game? As the pitch played to Guerrero. Guerrero able to spin off one tackle, but wasn't able to get anywhere there. Probably a gain of 2. Because, I mean, I don't hate the rain. But if I had to choose, and when I'm talking about cold, I mean like pretty damn cold. You know, like under 30 degrees. I mean, I'm a Californian guy, so under 30 degrees, I'd say Brock Purdy gets a snap. Has time, throws it up the middle, and he finds Kittle for the first. All right, they're still trying to throw it a little bit. I'm not gonna say that they're overly using the pass, but I mean, I guess I did say that they should probably rely on the pass a little bit more. But that was before I knew that it was gonna start pouring over there. First down, Guerrero in the backfield. It's a handoff, tries to get to the outside, but just nothing there. Just nothing there. And he's stopped behind the line. But I'd rather go to a game that's where it's like freezing cold. Because I don't know, I just feel like the rain would kind of bother me, you know? And when I mean rain, I mean rain. Second and 11, Purdy gets it. Throws it down the sideline, overshot his man Jennings right there. There was a little bit of contact though. I'm not sure if that was enough for a PI or anything crazy like that though. So that's going to bring a 3rd and long for San Francisco. Purdy has it. Has to scramble a little bit. Tries to get past the pocket. Could not. And gets sacked. Turner again. And I mean, so far, yeah, it's been a struggle for both. I mean, if you think about it, the Niners really only got that field goal. It was a 53-yarder. No team has gotten in the red zone yet. And we're past the 1.5 mark. All right, Rams are definitely going to get a good field position. He's already past the 40, and he gets it. Stopped about the 45, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what it's on. But if it's as it stands, the Rams are going to have some pretty solid field position. Man, I wonder, like, how, like, thick those jackets are. Oh, it was illegal formation. All right, one thing let's look up is what teams could clinch a playoff spot. Okay, so 5 teams this week can clinch a playoff spot here. All right, some more likely than others. All right, so the first one on the list is the Houston Texans. All they have to do is win this week and a Colts loss. And let's see who the Colts play this week. Colts play the Broncos. So you know what? Colts play the Broncos and Houston plays. Where are you at, Houston? Oh, and Houston plays Miami. So that's not too far-fetched for that to happen. I think Houston could potentially clinch a playoff spot this week. And in that case, it'd be the division. So, I mean, that just tells you how bad the AFC South is. All right, next we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. All they have to do is beat the Eagles or beat the Eagles or tie against the Eagles, or they could also clinch a playoff berth with a Miami loss. So if the Steelers lose, but if Miami loses or ties, plus a Colts loss or tie. So, I mean, win or lose, I don't think it's too impossible. You know, I think we're looking at the same situation, right? Yeah. So if the Steelers clinch that way, that means both the Texans and the Steelers clinch this week a playoff spot. Although the Steelers can't clinch their division, all the Steelers need to do to clinch their division is to beat Baltimore the next time out. All right, we got first attempt from midfield from the 50. Stafford hands it off to Williams, who gets tackled at about the 49. Rams have 5 possessions, putting it on all 5 so far. Second and 8 for the Rams. Cup now set to the left. Stafford looks like he's changed up the play a little bit. Stafford hands it off to Williams once again, and he's still fighting for some yards. Gets an extra push from the line. Big pushes up front. And that turned into about a 6-7 yard gain. I mean, that was just pure determination on that play. He got the lineman getting involved and Cooper Kupp even getting involved on that one. Williams, 11 rushes for 37 yards so far. Puka Nacua moves to the left side. Kupp in motion as well. It's another gift to Williams. Williams able to get the first down this time. Yeesh, that rain is coming down. And you have the Grinch over there. The Grinch is in attendance over there in Santa Clara. All right, Stafford, shotgun. Gives the ball right back to the man, Willie. We're only getting about 2, maybe 3. I mean, might as well just keep doing it. Stafford in the air this half has been pretty lackluster. We're pushing the 2-minute warning. They are going to have to run a play. It's like about half a second difference, but they are going to have to run one. Second and 7. Give it back to Williams. Williams gets about a yard and a half. So that's going to bring up the 2-minute warning. And we have a 3-0 score here on Thursday Night Football. All right, so let's look at the other ways teams could clinch. So we went over the Texans and the Steelers. I mean, both are pretty likely. Now, I know it's going to be a tough one for my Steelers this week, but, you know, they could still very much clinch a playoff spot, even if they lose. The Green Bay Packers can clinch a playoff berth with a win or an Atlanta Falcons loss or tie, as well as a tie for tonight's game, which I don't even know how that's going to happen. And yeah. So all they need to do is win. And if they don't, then that's when it gets complicated. But a win will guarantee them a playoff spot. The division, I mean, that's pretty much out of hands at this point. I don't think anybody sees the Lions losing out. Even the Vikings, they need to lose a couple games. So I don't see that really happening. But a playoff spot, absolutely. But they do play the Seattle Seahawks, which is a big test for both teams. I do think the Packers have kind of have had more competition than Seattle. But, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be over there in Seattle. So, I mean, that place, when the team's good, that place is crazy. So, you know, that place is going to be rocking. Next, we have the Minnesota Vikings. So, I mean, their ways are very, very easier, even if they don't win. So, obviously, a win is going to get them in the playoffs. And they could also clinch a playoff berth with a Rams loss or tie. The other scenario which sends the Vikings to the playoffs in Week 15 as the Seattle Seahawks lost their tie. So all they need is either the Rams to lose or Seattle to lose or tie or just them to win. Which who they play this week? They played the Chicago Bears. I mean, is it safe to say that the Vikings are going to clinch a playoff spot this week? I think so. All right, we got 3rd and 6 here after the 2-minute warning. Stafford all alone. You have a 5 receiver set. It's a pass to Nakua. Nakua cannot get the first down. He tried to fight for it, but he was short of it. So that's going to bring 4th down. They are in field goal range, I believe. McVay looking like he might throw the dice a little bit or just try to make him jump off sides. The clock is still running. They did not take a timeout. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Honestly, if I was the Niners, I would have took a timeout. I mean, screw it. They might just try to make you jump off sides. That's exactly what they're going to do, huh? To make you waste. Yep, they just wasted time. I mean, good idea for LA right there. Shanahan just got out coached in that situation. That took a good 40 seconds off the clock, or over 40 seconds off the clock. Yeah, since it was 4th down, I would have took a timeout. If it was still 3rd down, I don't know. But we got a 48-yard field goal. Do we see more points in this first half? Let's see. They may be doing a little bit of a hard count. Snap is good. And the kick is right down the middle. So we get more points in this first half. Yeah. That's what we wanted. And we have a 3-3 tie with a little over a minute in the second quarter. Rams able to tie it up. Okay, so we got one more playoff clinching scenario here, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Okay, so the Eagles have already clinched a playoff spot, but they can't clinch the NFC East title in Week 15. So all they need to do is... Oh, no, there's a couple scenarios here. Okay. So they would need to beat the Steelers and the Commanders lost or tie. Wait, okay. All right, this was a little confusing. Okay, so they clinched the division with the win and the Washington Commanders lost or tie. They could also clinch the division with a tie and the Commanders lost. Okay, that makes more sense. So all they had to do is that one's a little bit more complicated. That one's gonna be a little bit more tougher to do. But I mean, they're already in. So the 4 teams that can clinch a playoff spot are the Vikings, which is very much doable. I think that's like the lock. The Packers, the Steelers, and the Texans. I think the Vikings and the Texans are very much doable. Steelers and Packers, I could see that happening as well. You know, I mean, they do play some pretty good teams. So that's the only thing that's kind of questioning that. But yeah, I mean, we're at that time. I mean, and the Chiefs already clinched their division, 2 weeks ago? I mean, that's insane. Oh, that field goal was tipped too. Man, he made that field goal even though it was tipped just a little bit. By like the tip of his finger. Our kickoff is a touchback in the end zone from Debo. So we have two teams in the wild card that have a better record than two teams leading a division in the NFC. That is it. That is crazy. All right, Brock Purdy all in shotgun. George Kittle in motion. It's a screen pass to Debo. Debo trying to be a little bit shifty. He gets past a defender or two for a solid gain, of a couple yards. They do have all three timeouts, so I'm not sure why they're not using one at all. Purdy has it, throws it up the middle, incomplete. I mean, there was a couple of rounds of defenders right there, so I'm not really sure why he decided to throw it there. So 41 seconds left, 3rd and 4. Time not a factor for the Niners whatsoever. But none of that matters if they don't get this first down. Purdy has it, throws it down the field for Jennings, who could not get it. Oh, that would have been a good catch if he was able to hang on. Okay, so depending on the field position here, I think that's going to determine whether or not the Rams try something. Punt is off. Let's see where they get it from. It's a fair catch at about the 22. 29 seconds, 2 timeouts. I mean, I wouldn't hate if they try to do something here. Oh, I like this commercial. Oh, with the Watt brothers. They do like I would say like a parody of a couple different Christmas movies. It's funny. All right, first down for the Rams from their own 22. Let's see what they try to do. Screen pass to Kua. Gets past a few defenders and he's down about a little past the 30. Trying to hurry it up a little bit. Yeah, no, they're not in any hurry. They're just going to let the clock run down. I mean, they do get the ball after the half, I guess, but I don't understand why teams are so just, I don't know, they're just so complacent for the first half. I never got that. All right. So now that it's halftime, let's have a little bit of fun here, okay? Let's see how the Niners can make the playoff. Oh, damn it. See how the Niners could potentially make the playoffs. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, so let's try to figure it out together. All right. I think I need to refresh my page, right? Yeah. All right. So obviously tonight's game, Niners or Rams Niners, Niners are going to need a win. You know, let me make that a little bit bigger. All right, there we go. So obviously they're going to need to win this game. All right. So first things first, we're going to go off of favorites, and then that's when we'll do the crazy stuff. All right. Let's do the games that would really only impact the Niners, okay? Cardinals are probably going to beat the Patriots if we're being real. That game doesn't really decide anything. Let's say the Chargers beat the Buccaneers. Packers beat the Seahawks, which is very likely. And then think that's really it. I don't think I'm missing anything here. All right. On to week 16. Niners versus Dolphins. I'm not sure who would be favored in that one, but since it's 50-50, let's just go Niners. And then that's not really mattered. Okay, Rams are definitely favored against the Jets. Cardinals pretty much favored against the Panthers. Wouldn't be too surprised if the Panthers do beat them because Carolina has been playing some pretty solid ball as of recent. Haven't been getting any wins, but their win total has actually been all right. Atlanta's going to beat the Giants probably. Vikes play Seattle. I think they should be able to beat Seattle. All right. Ideally. I'm pretty sure they'll be favored in that one too. Buccaneers are probably going to beat the Cowboys. And okay, that's about it for that one as well. So, still not in the playoff spot yet. Oh, I forgot Washington. Oh, that's my fault. That's him. I forgot. Yeah, they're gonna crush the Saints. And then the Eagles, let's give them a loss there against Philly. Week 17 now. Okay. We still going favorites because if that's the case, we're gonna have Detroit beat the Niners. I think Washington would be favored against Atlanta. This game could go either way. Let's give it to the Cardinals. Okay, so that did shake it up a little bit, but just in favor for the Buccaneers, really. Right? What else we got here? I think that's about it. I don't think the Cowboys really have any say in here. Where are the other divisions? Seattle's probably gonna beat the Bears. Think I got everything. So if we're going off just pure favorites, the Niners aren't gonna make it. But now let's see. Oh no, we still got another week. I'm tripping, bro. I'm trying to make scenarios on how the Niners can make the playoffs, all right? And right now, it's not looking very good for the Niners whatsoever, even if they win tonight. All right, so week 18, they have the Cardinals that say they win this game. All right, Washington, they're gonna beat Dallas. I believe that. Seattle versus Rams, let's give it to the Rams. Okay. So that does get the Niners into the 4th seed. Potentially. I don't know what the heck I did. Now let's give that to the Seahawks. Okay. So that gives Seattle the 3rd seed if they do win. Did I not cover the Rams? Oh, no, I did. Okay. Maybe it's not as complicated as I think. I guess. But, I mean, they're going to have to win at least 3 out of their last 4 games. So, it's a tough schedule for the Niners. So, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. No matter what. But at the very least, you're going to need to go at least 3-1 with some things going your way. But yeah, that first half was something. It was something. And truthfully, I don't think we're going to get much of a better second half with the with the weather. So, I mean, we'll see. Do we get a touchdown in this game? Maybe one. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of used to seeing games like this as a Steelers fan, especially last season. Steelers had a lot of games where they would only score like one touchdown or so and still win. Weird things like that. I do think this would be a little bit of a better game if it wasn't raining. Kind of like how it was when they played in week 2. But all right, it's halftime. I'll take a quick little break. So give me a sec, guys. I'll be right. All right, we're back. Let's see. All right, let me just bring up the scoreboard once again. No, not the playoff scenarios. So long it's autocorrect nowadays, man. Come on. There you go. I'm surprised you're not doing any Saturday games this week. Because this is around the time where the NFL starts to do those Saturday games. They're not this week. Maybe because they're doing 2 Monday night games for some weird reason. I'm not sure why. I don't like 2 Monday night games. I was only cool with 2 Monday night games for week 1. That's the only time where it kind of made somewhat sense. But, I mean, they've had multiple Monday nights where it's been 2 games. It just, I don't like it. What's up, Artie? But yeah, I just never understood that, man. I'd much rather have a Saturday game or 2 than to have 2 Monday nights. There you go. I'll just throw that out there. Oh, I forgot this is the screen I'm sharing. All right. So let's also look at the big matchups this week, man. There's a few. Okay, the Dolphins and the Texans, that should be a good game. I think the Texans, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was high on the Texans in this off season and the beginning of the season, but they've been dropping a few games that they should have won. They're just not looking like that same team that they were even like towards the end of last season. They're just something a little different about that Houston team. You know, there's even been a couple games where they've blown leads. Maybe they're in a bit of a sophomore slump, because last year they had the rookie head coach, the rookie quarterback. Maybe it's a little bit of just a sophomore slump, but I mean, they're still going to win a division. No doubt about that. They're just not as good as a lot of people expected them to be. So that's why I think it could still be a good game because, the Dolphins, they're still struggling. They have a chance, but that their playoff hopes could very much end this week, and I do think they might end this week. Buccaneers and Chargers should be a pretty solid one. That's a 125 game. That should be pretty good. But obviously, probably the two game of the weeks are going on at the same time this week. The Bills versus Lions and Steelers and Eagles. Both afternoon games. Well, I'm saying afternoon games in case someone's like out of state or something. Afternoon games I'm in California, so 125 for us is a late game. Bills, Lions, Steelers, Eagles. Those are two really good teams, or two really good games. Either or could be prime time. You can make an argument that both should be prime time. Maybe they could have put those games on a Saturday. Since if you don't want to fit a whatchamacallit, if you don't want to flex out that Sunday night game, you could get a Saturday game and put one of those two for a Saturday night, or even both games on Saturday, because they just kind of have all eyes on them, which I do believe both games deserve that with those two teams. Buffalo lost last week, but they're still the second seed in the AFC, and the Detroit Lions are arguably the best team in the league. And then obviously you have the Steelers and Eagles. Both teams are second seed in their second and third seed in their respective conference. So anybody sees it on the line this week? Can somebody get eliminated for playoff picture? The Dolphins, I just had it up. I was more looking at who could clinch. I know Dolphins can get kicked out. We got kickoff, and it's returnable. He gets it to about, still fighting, and he gets it to about the 24. The one I know for sure is Miami, which I think all they have to do is just lose to Houston, and that ends it for the Dolphins. There was another team, too, I forgot, though. Let's see. All right, 1st and 10 for the Rams on the first drive of this second half. Niners showing a 4-man rush. They bring 5. And it's a handoff to Williams, who gets about 2. Oh, the Bengals playoffs chance could get finished at the end of this week. That's a team that needs a lot of help. So even if they win, I'm pretty sure they could get booted out this week. 2nd and 7 for the Rams. So they're handing off to Williams, who gets a couple on the game on the play. So let's bring third and about 5. I mean, did anybody predict before the season that the Bengals would miss the playoffs? I'm a Steelers fan. I did not predict that. I thought that the Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers had a decent shot at making the playoffs. 3rd and 5 for the Rams. Stafford gets a snap, has plenty of time. He now scrambles out of the pocket, pump fakes, another pump fake. Throws it incomplete. There was just nobody open downfield. At least I'm assuming. So good protection by the Niners defense right there. Oh, he had Ward on the cool right there. It looked like they were playing some zone though. Yeah. Yeah, they had everybody pretty much covered. We got another punt, and it's returnable. He takes it past the 35, down about the 37, 38-yard line. So, man, we have more punts than points in this game. And I only say that as a bad thing because we're in the second half. And you know what? The Niners should bring back those all black uniforms. Those are pretty cool. It's a handoff to Garendo, and Garendo gets about 8 on their first play of the second half. That was a really big trend of just a lot of teams getting just blackout uniforms, and some teams don't even have black in their color schemes. Maybe that's why the Niners got rid of it because they didn't really have black in their color scheme. So their handoff, Garendo gets the first down this time, able to push forward for about 5. Garendo, rookie running back. Coming into the season, he was not a starter. I mean, he's had to step up and adjust to a starting role after all the injuries that the running back room has been facing. And I give it to him. He hasn't been doing too bad. Purdy drops back, swing pass to Garendo. Garendo able to fight forward for a first down. Nothing fancy there. It actually looks like the rain kind of went down a little bit. It doesn't even look like it's raining anymore. Brock Purdy switches up the play at the line of scrimmage. He's now on shotgun. Purdy has time, throws it, overshot his man Debo by a wide margin. Wow. Hey, yeah, if Witherspoon would have kept running for it, he probably could have got it. I don't know why he kind of just stood still. And we have yet to have a team reach the red zone. Purdy has it, throws it complete to Kittle for a gain of about 9. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 for San Francisco. Yeah. Wow, no team has gotten into the red zone. Kittle, 3 receptions, 52 yards. He's had a few chunk plays. It's a quarterback sneak, and they get it. I mean, the Rams just didn't even look ready for that. I mean, that was a quick snap. I guess in baseball terms, that would be a quick pitch, but yeah, the Rams didn't even look ready. I mean, it's so easy. They didn't even give pressure up front. Huh. Purdy feels pressure, throws it to Guerrero, who's able to snag that. He kind of threw it behind him, but he was still able to get the catch. Still a short gain, though. Do we get a team in the red zone here? Is it possible? All right, we're about 7 yards away from that red zone. Let's go, man. Let's go. 2nd and 8. Pitch. Guerrero can't get past the line. I mean, that play was just blown up. He just couldn't pick up a block or anything, man. I mean, Juszczyk was trying to block on the outside. Blocks on the inside just weren't there, and that's where the running back was going. So 3rd and 10. Purdy has it, throws it. Incomplete for Deebo Samuel. He had him open and in stride. He just couldn't hang on to it. You gotta catch that. You gotta catch that, man. Oh, he had him. That was perfectly placed and everything. All right. Moody, 47 yards. Snap good. Kick is good. So we have a 6-3 ball game here with 8:23 left in the 3rd. All right. Do we get a touchdown here? Do we get a touchdown in this game? Like I'm seriously questioning that right now. Okay, what other games we got this week? So Colts and Broncos. Okay, the Colts, if they lose to Denver, their playoff hopes are gone. Wow, the the Ravens and the Giants in Jersey. That's something, huh? I feel like we have a pretty good mixture of really good matchups this week and really bad ones. Does anybody else know why the Falcons and the Raiders have a Monday night football game? You know, they flexed a Thursday night football game for next week, which I've never seen happen before. Ever. I've never seen a game that was either on a Monday or a Thursday get flexed out. So that was a first. Since they did that, they didn't think to get that Falcons and Raider game off of the Monday night slate. Like I mean, like seriously, man. Maybe because it's in Vegas, I guess. I mean, the Falcons they still have playoff hopes, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't get it. But if we're being real, both teams are under 500. Man. Moody with the kickoff. And it's going to be a touchback in the end zone. Yeah, rain has seemingly stopped. Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 Monday night football games this week. Why? I don't really even know why. The first one's the Bears and the I mean, both of them kind of suck, really. Bears and the Vikings. And then you have the Falcons and Raiders, both on Monday night. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Stafford drops back, has pressure, able to get it off to his running back, who gets the first down and some change. Corum on the reception. I think that's how you pronounce that. But yeah, that's prime time for you. And no, unfortunately, I don't think we're getting Simpsons World Football this week. That would have been cool though. 1st and 10 for LA. Stafford drops back once again. Gets it out, complete to his tight end for a gain of about 8, maybe 9. Yeah, it was a tight end. All right, Stafford all alone in the backfield on 2nd and 1. 3 receivers to the right. Stafford throws swing pass, running back for the first down. Corum again. All right, hey, if the Rams offensively start to do stuff, I mean, that might be tough for the Niners, because I don't know if the Niners could even get anything going tonight. It's really not looking that way. Stafford fakes the handoff, pump fakes, throws it down the field, tipped up, incomplete. Oh. Ooh, that was a close one. I mean, the Rams have dodged plenty of bullets here. Ward with just a nice play defensively. Second down. Play clock running down. Clock was at zeros for about a good second. I'm surprised that's not delay of game. But nonetheless, it was a handoff play for a short gain. Surprised that wasn't delay of game. All right, so 3rd and 8 for Stafford and the Rams. They're 2 and 9 on 3rd down conversions. Let's see if the Niners bring any pressure here. They bring some. Stafford has to get off. He does to Nakua complete, and he takes a big hit. He's short of about a yard. So in this territory, I'm not hating if they go for it here. All right, offense is still out there. You could try one or two things. You could go for it or try to make them jump off sides and then kind of think it over. I think they're going to go for it this time. They do. It's a quarterback sneak and Stafford gets it like nothing. I mean, man, he got 2 yards out of that. It's the same thing that happened with the last drive. It seemed like the defense wasn't even prepared for a quarterback sneak or anything. All right, yeah, Williams in the backfield. They give it to Willie. Was able to get off one tackle, and now he's finally down for a pretty good gain. About 5. All right, we're not 4 minutes into the third quarter. Not a single team has gotten into the red zone. And yes, I'm going to continue to throw that out until it's not a thing anymore. 2nd and 5 from the 30. And looks like the Rams got a false start. Yep, false start on the offense. Havenstein. Or Stein. Oh, man. So instead of 2nd and 6, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Rams have 3 receivers on the top of the screen. Stafford fakes the handoff, throws it, quick slant route to Nakua. Nakua is still on his feet. Nakua is still rumbling, now finally down for another first down. Wait, did we just get it? No, I think they're just short. I think they're just shy. I think they're just shy of it. We're 2 yards away, folks. Williams in the backfield. It's a handoff. And he gets it into the red zone. Not into the end zone, but into the red zone. And yes, that is a big deal in this game because we have yet to have someone in the red zone. And all it took was damn near almost 45 minutes. So what, 47 minutes for a team to get into the red zone. 2nd and 6 for the Rams. Niners bring pressure. It's a handoff play, and he gets about 2. Yeah, man. I mean, touchdowns are just so overrated. I mean, aren't you just much more excited just getting into the red zone? Because that's what these teams seem like right now. Niners defense, touchdown allowed on last 13 red zone drives. So Niners are trying to end the streak here. 3rd and 5. Stafford hands it off to Williams, who gets the first down. Wow. Could have been a little bit of, nah, not really. Williams having himself a solid game, man. 20 rushes, 65 yards. I mean, they're going to keep feeding it to him. He's trying to run to the outside. Now goes back inside. That's another gain of about 6. I mean, it's working. Just keep feeding him if it's working. Second and short. And they're just going to let the third quarter run down. So, all right. After 3, we have a 6-3 ball game here. It's a barn burner. It is a barn burner, man. Oh, man. All right, so I've been trying to figure out whether or not the Steelers and the Eagles have a rivalry. And I've been kind of doing my research a little bit. And seemingly they do when they play each other. Okay? It doesn't seem like a rivalry when they're just playing other teams or what have you. But when they play each other, that's when it seems like it's a rivalry. Because I mean they're not in the same conference, not in the same division, so they don't really even play each other that often. But when they do, that's when it seems like the rivalry kicks in Pennsylvania. Because I mean, once upon a time, they actually had to be the same team. They had to merge and be the same team. I'm not talking to you, Siri. My phone over there tripping. But once upon a time, they had to be the same team for about a season or 2. They were the Phil Pitt Steagles. Was that during? I think that was during World War II or something like that. But yeah, I mean they were the same team. But that's kind of what I've seen after doing that research. It could be like Dodgers versus Angels, something like that, maybe. The only difference is the Dodgers and Angels play each other every year. All right, 2nd and 3, first play of the drive. Rams in the red zone, knocking in on the end zone. Let's see if they could get there. It's a fake handoff. Stafford takes it himself. Tries to stiff arm Warner. I mean, he gets about 2 on the play. There was a flag dropped, or was it thrown? There was a flag on the play, regardless. Looks like it's coming back. Holding on the offense. You know what? With the Rams and the Chargers, I don't think their fan bases are big enough yet. I don't. Oh yeah, that was holding right there. But yeah, their fan bases aren't big enough, and they haven't been here long enough either. They've only been here for what, 7 years? Has it been 7 years already? 7, 8 years? I think closer to 8. Damn. Yeah, but they haven't been here for not even 10 years yet. So, I mean, maybe in time. All right, 2nd 11 after the penalty. Stafford has it. Gets pressured. He scrambles. Gets it out to Nakua. Forgetting about 6. It's 3rd down, man. Current drive, 15 plays, 65 yards. Stafford and shotgun. 2 receivers set on each side. Stafford has it. Looks to the right. Able to avoid a sack. Pump fake. Still pump fakes. Those are deflected, incomplete. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what this flag is on. I mean, Stafford was able to get past 1 tackle. Looks like it might be on, both might be on the Rams here. Yeah. So an eligible man downfield and then holding on the offense. So both penalties are going to be declined. See, man, we're getting a field goal. We're getting a field goal. No, who needs touchdowns? Like, I mean, we see the Steelers do it all the time. Who needs touchdowns nowadays? Everybody knows the most important position in football is the kicker. 23-yard field goal to tie the game. Snap is good. Kick is right down the middle. Right down the middle. And we have a tie game. Boy, is this exciting. So, we got our first red zone drive. Only turned out to be 3 points, but I mean, we'll take it. We will take it. Now it's the Niners' turn to get into that spot, man. See if they can. I mean, come on. They've been answering each other back and forth. I mean, it really has been going back and forth. I'm not lying there. So, you know, hasn't been many scoring, but it's been going back and forth. When the Niners score, the Rams answer right back. Or not right back, but the Rams answer. So these are the kind of Thursday night games that we're used to, though. I mean, kind of weird brand of football. Last week was a really good Thursday night game. You know, we've had a decent amount of Thursday games that were actually pretty solid. You know, you had that game, that great game with the Bucks and the Falcons that went into overtime. Last week's game, definitely one of them. Browns and Steelers turned out to be a pretty good game. I don't think it was the best, but you know, if you want to rank the best, it has to be the first 2 that I mentioned. Even the Ravens and the Bengals was pretty damn good. So yeah, everybody's been making fun of how Thursday games kind of suck. This year, there's been a few good games. If you guys want to say this one's good or bad, I'll leave that up to you. It's been going back and forth, back and forth action here, man. Just like last week, it's been back and forth, but not to that magnitude. And we have a bit of a squibber, a squib kick, and a touchback. Okay, honestly, I haven't seen that before, so I don't know the exact rules on how that works. Yeah, Kobe Turner's been having himself a night. All right, Niners, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. All right, so since it was a squibber, and since it landed in the landing zone, they take it from the 20. Fakes the handoff, gets it out to Deebo Samuel, who gets a couple on the first play, but there's a flag. There's a flag. Seemingly, it looks like it's going to be on the Niners. Yep. Oh, there's two flags on the offense. Ay, ay. Literally the same stuff that happened with the Rams. It said it was a pass interference. But you know what? On Sunday's game, I'm going to embrace that rivalry. All right. I'm going to embrace that Philadelphia and Pittsburgh rivalry. I would like to think of myself as an honorary Yinzer. All right. Purdy got pressured. He had to get rid of it. That's a forward pass. That's not a fumble. There was just no one on him. And he got past the line like nothing because there was no one there to cover him. All right, Purdy is going to chuck it down the field, middle of field for Samuel, incomplete. Did they just hit the dab? Am I tripping? Man. So now we're going to have 3rd and 20. Yinzer mom. Yeah, I would like to think of myself as an honorary Yinzer, Maybe I have to earn my way like the honorary Oos did, but I'd like to think of myself as one. All right, 3rd and 20. It's just going to be a handoff play to Guerrero. Guerrero actually able to pick up a decent chunk of yardage right there. Over 10 yards on that carry, but still a few yards short of the first. So we were getting another punt. With that Rams field goal, their last time out, I do believe we have more points than punts. Okay, so it's a fair catch about the 29 with another flag. What's up with all these flags, man? What are we doing here? Illegal formation. Whew. All right. I've heard a lot of criticism on the Niners stadium. Um, Now I've never been there. I've heard mixed reviews on it. Um, I guess it's criticized because how it's a newer stadium, and I guess compared to the newer stadiums like SoFi, like Allegiant, what other stadiums are there that are new? Well, regardless, like the newer stadiums, right? I guess they're saying that that's the worst out of the newer ones, which I mean, I don't know how true that is. But there's certain things about that stadium that they can't change, like they can't have a roof on that stadium, because there's been kind of a bit of backlash because they, for an afternoon game, like there's a whole side of the stadium that has the sun completely on them, and there's like no real um shade on that side. So they were kind of talking about getting a bit of a roof over the stadium, but they can't do it because they're close to a airport. I guess because how they built it as well. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'll check out that place at some point. You become a true user once you go to high school. Like, yeah, I know I have to earn it at some. I know I have to kind of earn it. All right. And just like the honorary Oos, I want to get a shirt that says honorary Yinzer when that happens. Oh man. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure at some point I'm gonna go to that stadium over there in Santa Clara. Stafford fakes a handoff. Has time, launches it downfield for Nakua, gets it complete for a big gain. And we have another trip to the red zone. Wow. I mean, just wide open, man. I don't know if you guys heard that. I hope not. I tried to mute my mic before I sneezed. So the Rams have it at the 16. Handoff play to Williams. Williams able to get past a few. As a gain of about 8. Oh man, the Rams are looking good on this drive right now. So second and short. I expect the Niners to bring some pressure here. So their handoff to Williams. He tries to spin out of it, could not get past him. Stopped at about the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got a yard. But regardless, it's gonna be third down. Nothing really special to it. Yeah, see, and that's what I heard the complaint is. It's when it's during like the September month, the first month of football, because I guess it gets a lot hotter in Santa Clara compared to San Francisco. Stafford drops back, has time now scrambling. Throws it complete to his running back, and he's thought about the line of scrimmage. Warner on the tackle right there, getting pumped up. But that's where the criticism is with that stadium because, you know, San Francisco, it gets warm, but not like hot, like not like super hot. And Santa Clara, since they're not really by the ocean like San Francisco is, it gets a lot warmer. I guess that's where the criticism comes from. I don't know. At least from fans. 27-yard field goal here. Kicks up and it's right down the middle. So the Rams take the lead. I mean, they've had 2 red zone drives back to back, only led to 6 points. I mean, the stadium looks nice. It does. And the difference between that or Santa Clara and the SoFi Stadium, they're both near airports, but SoFi was kind of built, kind of dug underground a little bit, whereas to the Levi Stadium was kind of just built going up top. I mean, touchdowns are overrated, right? Touchdowns are overrated. Who needs to? I mean, you see Chris Boswell do it almost every week. Not almost every week, but a couple times a season. Who needs touchdowns nowadays? It's just it's overrated, man. I do think the first team to score a touchdown wins this game. How about that? I think we get 1 touchdown in this game. We'll just see who gets it. Oh, hey man, this game's kind of flying by so far. Yeah, I know we still have lots of time left, but it seems like this game's been flying by. The Niners have had a lot of miscues on offense. Not necessarily turnovers or anything, but just drop passes. It's just they haven't looked good. They showed one of them drop pass by Sammer right there. I mean, they've had opportunities to at least get down the field. We get another touchback. Oh no, he's gonna take it out from the end zone. Debo is. And he gets it a few yards short of the 30, so I mean, that cost him a few. I still can't believe there's 2 wild card teams better than 2 division leaders. I mean, usually there's 1 team in the wild card that's better than the 4th seed because the 4th seed's obviously the weakest division. But no, we have the 5th and the 6th seed better than the 3rd and the 4th. First and 10 for the Niners. They give it out to the running back who's able to break 2 tackles and get about a yard. All right, we're at the 9-minute mark in this game. I mean, the Rams have just been in a few days makes a big difference because they were in a very high scoring game last week on Sunday. Purdy has to get rid of it. He does up the middle, complete for a first down. He didn't have a lot of time to throw it there. Good pass, man. Rock 13 for 7, approaching 200 yards. It's a handoff, Garendo. It's about 2, maybe 3 with forward progress. Oh, Turner now goes to the sideline. That might be a big deal for the Rams if with the game he's been having so far. All right, 2nd and 7. Purdy alone in the backfield. He has it in shotgun. Throws it complete. Kittle up the middle for another first down. I think that's what his 4th reception on the game, but I think he still has well over 70 yards, right? Oh. 4 receptions, 61 yards. I don't know why I thought he had 70 yards. Guess I wasn't that far off. Purdy fakes the handoff, play action. He's going to take a shot downfield, and it is incomplete. Oh, man. Maybe if he would have threw it a little bit further, that could have been a touchdown because he did kind of have him beat right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was underthrown. Purdy hands it off. He's going to turn it up, finding just the first. Depending on the marker, I believe he got it, though. I'm pretty sure he got the first. No, they're going to call him short. It looked like he got it, man. I want to see. No, okay, I want to see a replay of where the marker's at. I don't want to see that. Okay, no, they gave him the first down after all. Birdie to Garendo, and he stopped behind the line. That's a loss about a yard. Not exactly sure what Witherspoon was trying to do there. Like he was trying to do some wrestling move or something. Trying to take him down to the ground, man. All right, Kyle, what you got cooking over there, man? Come on, Kyle. Play clock running down. They need to run a set. They get it off in time. Just in time. Purdy feels pressure. Throws it down the field for Jennings. Intercepted. Intercepted by Williams. That was overthrown, man. And he just tried to force it. You can't be forcing that, Brock. There were two Ram defenders right there. It was gonna be tough regardless, even if it was a great throw. It was gonna be tough for Jennings to get that ball. So I mean, he tried to force it. Maybe his thought process was, you know what, we haven't gotten anything going this entire game. Let me try to just force it. But didn't work, man. Oh man. So I was gonna make the Rams get it at the 20. I mean, honestly, with the field goal, it's gonna be tough for the Niners. It's tough to see the Niners coming back, even if the Rams just get a field goal. That's the kind of game we've been having. I mean, it's been a little bit of everybody. Yeah, it was in the end zone, so it should be a touchback. I don't. It's gonna be tough for the Niners to come back, especially after that. We'll see, man. Next Thursday night game should be pretty good. It's the Broncos and the Chargers. He had the check down wide open. Man. Yeah, he knew he shouldn't have thrown that ball. All right, first down from the 20 for the Rams. Williams in the backfield. Stafford drops back, throws it complete to Atwell. It was deflected at the line as well. So the Rams have been dominating in time of possession this half. And if they could do what they've been doing this half, I mean, they could probably close it out in this drive. Play action pass, Stafford able to get it to his tight end for another Ram first down. As weird as it is to say, it's been a completely different half for the Rams. They haven't scored much, but they have been looking a lot better offensively this half. Now they're showing pressure. They bring someone to hand off Mitchell, able to get past the line and able to push for about 9. So it's going to be about second and short. Second about 3/4 of a yard, I'd say. All right, second and 1. Expect a quarterback sneak here. That's exactly what they do, and they get it. They get the first. I mean, do the Niners even get the ball back? I mean, really, the Rams have been looking good up until they reach the red zone, really. That's because they have a costly penalty or something like that. They're letting that clock run. Stafford fakes the handoff, rolls, gets it to his tight end for a decent gain on the play. Still leads to second and medium. Cooper Kupp hasn't had himself that good of a game, but Puka has about 7 receptions for 97 yards. Does he reach 100 yards in this game? Probably. Second and 3. Stafford hands it off. Mitchell runs to the outside, spins for the first down, and some change. Things were getting a little chirpy there. Williams might get over 100 yards rushing as well. I mean, he's been tearing up that Niners defense. They give it back to Williams, and he's over 100 yards now. With that gain of about 4. I mean, wow. And the Niners take their first timeout of the game. Yeah, man, a loss for the Niners. Honestly, if the Niners lose this game, I don't see them making the playoffs. I don't. I say that because they have to play the Lions. It's gonna be tough against the Lions. Second and 7 for the Rams. Is that someone running on the field? Oh, they just called timeout. Okay. Rams called timeout. There was someone like running on the field. I'm not sure who that was or what, but yeah, man. I mean, Niners lose this game, you have a 0.1 chance of making the playoffs. That obstacle is playing the Lions, really. Can they win out after that? Besides that game, can they win the other ones? Yeah. Will they? I don't even know. So that's why this game is so important for the Niners to win, which isn't looking very likely at this point. All right, Rams are definitely going to run. It's an end around to Nakua. Nakua gets about 2, maybe 3 on that run. So that's going to lead to third down, and that's going to lead to the 2-minute warning. In a game that has seen no touchdowns. 9-6 at the 2-minute warning. Rams have the ball. Crucial third down coming. Niners with 2 timeouts, so a first down pretty much salted away. Man. I'm not going to lie, I was expecting a bit of a better game. But we're here, aren't we? We are here. And you know what? I'm trying to think. Okay, so the first game I did on live was the Steelers and Broncos. That one was very lackluster as well. But at least that one had a touchdown. Man, are the Niners the most disappointing team of the season? You know, they're definitely up there with the most disappointing on the year. You know, because I think everybody expected them to still be good. You know, I mean, we knew that the NFC was getting better with the teams like the Lions, the Packers. Uh, which other teams were we kind of hyping up in the NFC? Really, those two teams to like compete with the Niners. Now it's more like, can the Niners even compete with them? I mean, that's really where we're at this point. So, I mean, things have really changed when you compare it to before the season. Denver versus the Chargers next Thursday. That should be good, man. I'm telling you, that should be a good one. That should be a good one. Will it be as good as this one? I don't know. But every game that the Chargers have been in has pretty much been a defensive game. So 3rd and 4 for the Rams. Stafford all alone in the backfield. Stafford has it, throws it complete to his tight end, and that might have just salted it away. That might have just put the nail in the coffin. I mean, Niners are forced to take their second timeout. They have 1 remaining, but that's pretty much it, I think. Yeesh. I mean, there was a lot of miscues on the Niners side. You know, they could have gone down the field a couple times. You know, just drop passes. Uh, Purdy wasn't the sharpest. He was kind of overthrowing. Then he tried to force one out into the end zone, and that's why they're at where they're at right now, because he tried to force one into the end zone, and unfortunately, they weren't able to recover from that, and not even able to get a chance to recover from that. Rams offense stepped it up in the second half. They did. They made the proper adjustments. It wasn't pretty. It hasn't looked pretty, especially when you have 2 drives in the red zone that only end up in 6 points. You know, it's not great, but they played a better half than the Niners did. That's really all that mattered. Yeah, man, I'm surprised we're doing such a long commercial break right now. All right, there we go. All right, first down for the Rams. Puka Nakua. Now set to the right. Now moves in the opposite direction. It's a run play for Williams. He has about 3. Niners are forced to take their third and final timeout. Okay, so the Niners are going to have time if they get a first down. Or if they don't get a first down, I'm sorry. I mean, it's going to be like less than a quarter, though. Stafford hands it off once again to Williams, who gets about a yard this time out. Yeah, man. It is all right, so the Rams have the Jets, Arizona, and Seattle left. Rams still have a really good shot at winning that division, man. I mean, I could even argue that they could be the favorite to win that division. All right, the handoff once again to Williams, too short of the first down. So they're going to be able to run it down to about 21 seconds and take a timeout and kick a field goal. And yes, another field goal. Although the offense still, they might just try to make him jump off. I mean, I think they took too much time, though, off of it. 4th and 3. Yeah. You know what? If they're trying to make him jump off sides, they took too much time off the clock, off the play clock to do it. But regardless, Rams take a timeout. 19 seconds left. And the Rams are on the verge of sweeping the Niners. And I mean, before this season, the Niners in the regular season have dominated the Rams. So for them not only to beat the Niners, but to sweep them is something. All right, kick is up and it is good from 29 yards out. So now we have a 12-6 game. 18 seconds left in the fourth. Niners with no timeouts. I mean, Niners are going to need something immaculate here if they could win this game or tie it up. Niners have under 200 yards of offense tonight. I mean, this was a very, very ugly game. All right, let's see how this kickoff goes. If it does go wrong, Nash can get the ball at the 40. But it looks like they're just going to kick it to the back of the end zone. And they do. And Debo takes it out of the end zone. And I'm going to take it past the 30 to about the 35, maybe even the 36. And there's a flag. Wow, that might help them a little bit. So it looks like there's a horse calling flag on the Rams. Wow, so that's going to give them an extra 15 yards, right? I mean, it's not impossible. The only downside is you do have 5 seconds less, but I mean, you have a shot at a Hail Mary here. You're already at midfield to start the drive. So you could do one of two things. You could either try for the end zone twice, or you could try to just get a few yards, run out of bounds real quick, and then go for another one. Rams take a timeout, icing the Hail Mary. I mean, Debo Samuel, he took a risk there running it out, but it paid off. Rain's starting to come down a little bit again, which is not a good thing for the Niners. But things do get a little interesting here. From midfield, 1st and 10, 11 seconds left, fourth quarter. Niners down by 6. They have no timeouts. They cannot stop it. Rams are showing a 3-man rush. They bring 3. Purdy's going to have time to throw. He throws it down the sideline, incomplete, with 6 seconds left. I mean, they could still just try just like a little 5-yard play. But I think the Rams are playing a little bit too close up front to do that. Final play. Purdy gets sacked, and that's the end of it. That is the end of it. Purdy cannot even get a throw off. And that might have just ended the Niners season there. That might have just ended the Niners season. At 6 and 8, it's gonna be almost impossible to make the playoffs. So, I mean, yeah, man. Rams go into Santa Clara and beat the Niners for the first time in quite a while, without scoring a touchdown. There was no touchdowns in this game at all. I guess both teams want to do the Chris Boswell challenge. Some people will call it a really good game. I don't know what to call it, but I mean, you know what? At least I could say that for the first half, it was like inclement weather. It was inclement weather, so it was tough to get anything on the board. Second half, it was just some sloppy football here and there. But that might have just done it for the Niners season. All right. And with that, man, I'll get into a little bit of the other games that's going to take place this week. All right, that one was kind of lackluster. So, right, for the Sunday slate, we have the Commanders versus the Saints. Give me Washington in that one. In the Superdome, that is a stadium I want to go to. A lot of people don't really like it. They did a lot of renovations. I think that stadium looks awesome. I've never seen it in person or anything like that, but just from a view, it looks pretty cool. Then you got the Chiefs and the Browns. Give me the Chiefs. It's in Cleveland in the dog pound, but give me Kansas City, man. Can the Browns make something out of that game? I mean, they could, but I just give me the Chiefs. They got the Bengals and the Titans in Tennessee. Give me Cincinnati. You know, they're still playing for something, some sort of hope. They're gonna keep playing with that hope as long as they have it. So give me the Bengals there. I do think they're the better team, and they should win. Dolphins versus Texans in Houston. This one should be a pretty good one. I think it's gonna be very close. I think it's gonna come down to the wire. Even a one possession game. Give me the Texans at their house. Am I fully convinced in Houston right now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But if we're comparing them to the Dolphins, I do think they're better than the Dolphins, and I do think that they should beat the Dolphins, especially it being over there in Houston. All right. Then we have the Ravens versus Giants. I mean, is this really even a question? It's going to be Ravens practice pretty much. Giants over there just tanking. So give me the Ravens there. Then you got the Jets and Jaguars. This game doesn't really matter to either team. I guess I'll go Jets. I think Jaguars are trying to fight for that first round or first overall pick, I should say. I don't think they're going to get it. I think the Raiders are going to get it because they're just trying to lose out. But give me the Jets. Aaron Rodgers still trying to play good for potentially a team next season. Then you got the Cowboys and Panthers. Oh, I think I took the Panthers here, right? Yeah, I'll stick with it. Carolina winning that game. Buccaneers versus Chargers. I think that should be a really good game, but I do have the Chargers winning that one at home. Colts and Broncos. That used to be a pretty good rivalry at some point. When Peyton Manning left for Denver, it used to be a bit of an interesting one. Nowadays, not so much, but give me Bo Nix and the Broncos. I do think they edge it out. I do think Bo Nix has been playing some pretty good ball. Anthony Richardson has been doing better. He's still kind of learning. It is his second season, but there's still things for him to learn because he's pretty much is a rookie. But give me Bo Nix and the Broncos in that one. Then you got the Patriots versus the Cardinals in Arizona in the Toaster. I'm not really sure where the Patriots sit. I don't really know too much about the Patriots. I know the Cardinals are a pretty good team. Cardinals should win it. So I'm going to go Arizona there. Bills versus Lions. As a Steeler fan, I'm rooting for the Lions because if the Bills lose and the Steelers win, it could be that the Steelers move up and get the second seed. But we'll see. I'm expecting a solid game. I do think the Lions do beat them, though. And I'm not just saying that as a Steeler fan. Then you get the Steelers and the Eagles. Could definitely go either way. We've kind of talked about it. If the Steelers could stop Saquon Barkley, which is tough. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy to do that. I do think the Steelers could stop. I do think the Steelers could win that game. Jalen Hurts has kind of struggled this season, it seems like. But as long as you can stop Saquon Barkley, which is going to be tough, I'm making that very clear. All right. You have a good shot at winning the game. Not having George Pickens in is going to hurt. I know he's doubtful, but Mike Williams made some plays last week. Calvin Austin, if you could get on the ball, he can make some plays. Russell Wilson just needs to cook. All right. That's really it. Expect a very good game, a very close game for the Battle of Pennsylvania. That could go either way. Packers and Seahawks. I do favor the Packers in that one, even though it's in Seattle. I do think the Packers are going to be coming off of a loss against the Lions. And I think that's not going to sit well with them. So I think they're going to go in there in Seattle and handle business. Bears, Vikings. Vikings should win this game. But there's something weird. I feel a little bit of weirdness here because it's a divisional rival. Bears are going to try to play their hearts out. They're not a team that's trying to tank because they already have their franchise quarterback. So maybe it is a little bit better of a game than what we expect. But all in all, give me the Vikes in that one on Monday night. Then you got the Falcons and the Raiders, another Monday nighter. Give me Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. I'm not a believer in the Falcons. All right, but they're going up against the Raiders. The Raiders aren't even fighting for anything. They're just trying to get the first seed. They're trying to end the season. That's really it, to get Shador Sanders. And that's really all I got. All right. Kind of giving just kind of my quick picks on the games this week. And as for this live, I appreciate everybody who was watching, man. I will be live once again on Sunday for the big game, a Battle of Pennsylvania, Steelers, Eagles. That should be a good one. I have high hopes for that one. And we're going to be festive for that one. All right? And I'll catch you guys then on Sunday, man. You guys have a good night.